So great. So the logical positivists come in, they clean everything up, and we're good to go. And that's what happens to science.
Absolutely, except there were huge problems with the logical positivists.
Man.
Go figure, right?
Yeah. And it seems ironic here that we get into the 60s and 70s, the time of cultural revolution and free love
rebellion
and drug use, extensive drug use, and it all seems to fall apart.
Go figure, right? Logical positivism became harder to maintain during the 60s, 50s, and 60s. There was a problem at its core, Stokes tells us.
Sure.
And it's the verifiability criteria undermined itself.
Yeah.
Right? So undermined itself. So what does that mean? Well, here's the issue. What happens when you apply the verifiability criteria to itself?
Run Hume's fork through itself. Where does it go? It doesn't go anywhere. How can you verify it? Through your senses.
No, you can't.
Right, you can't. Or how do you...
And it's not true by definition.
Yeah, right. Develop a truth claim by logic or anything. It's not happening. And
so that means that it was meaningless.
Yeah, exactly. So we should throw it out.
Yeah.
So this is what we talk about when I think episode 15 was for us, when we talk about a worldview has to be consistent within itself. Mm-hmm. If it fails upon its own merits, for example, postmodernism, there are no absolute truths. It is an absolute truth claim. It falsifies itself.
Yeah.
So if you have a right off the bat, if it's unable to be consistent within itself, it's a sign of a failed argument and should be discarded.
Sign of a failed worldview.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. So there were these types of issues. The requirement that a meaningful statement must be either empirically verifiable or else a matter of definition is itself neither one of these, and so the verifiability criteria doesn't meet its own requirement. It eventually, Stokes tells us, imploded. Right. It caved in on itself.
Yeah. And so the best people to realize that would be the logical positivists who are going down, and I just imagine the kind of a renaissance, a revolution within itself to try and get who is the most logical positivist person, and someone says, I don't even do sense claims, I only do logic, and someone gets to the end and goes, no. Everything is done because we can't even support our own conclusions. That's how logical positivist I am.
Right. And
he's the last one standing.
Right. And so we had guys like Quine, who was an American philosopher, and Thomas Kuhn, who was a historian of science, right, began to attack this particular approach. And Kuhn also attacked science and criticized it with regard to its social implications. And which we'll see in the next chapter here, right?